Jumping now, you better get it in there quick.
Let's see what we can do. You can see the line sinks very slowly with the wax attached to the top. One of the problems is that you need to keep the line waxed all the time. A lot of the fishing at the time was done in a captive pool, so that particularly monks near monasteries, they would keep a huge pool of static water that they would keep carp in and fish from there. And the other type of angling that we've seen seems mainly to be with the gentry who fished using this kind of technique. Whether they actually caught anything, or it was just to pass the time and kill worms, I don't know.
Oh, so there were gentlemen anglers?
Yes, we've got pictures from the Duc de Berry in France, and it seemed that they were having something similar, a picnic, and then all the ladies and gents went down to the river to do a bit of fishing.
Which was just the excuse of the picnic, of course.
I suspect it was. Well, if we haven't got anything like gets dark, we'll go home.
Well done, Dougie. Who's dropped that stuff? Me.
The morning after the night before. The bacon's fine, as it would have been 500 years ago. A few hangovers, not much difference there either.
Stop, this isn't going to clean anything.
But oh, for a fridge to keep things sweet.
Sour. You can taste the milk right through the porridge. So, before anybody sort of starts using the rest, they might want to check it for their teas and things. I mean, this has been cooked, it won't do you any harm.
Got some long life. The stuff with the cheese was fine.
Yeah, that was out of a bottle. I don't know why. Whether that one had been opened last night, I don't know. Some people are disappointed that we're not all dressed in armour and sort of fighting each other. But Wars of the Roses, some historians have it there's maybe only 6 to 12 weeks of active service in something like 30 or 40 years. So life must have gone on the rest of the time. They can't have stayed in the castles all the time plotting and scheming. Life would have been pretty boring, and they didn't like to enjoy themselves.
We're all facing the wrong way and we've lost men now.
We're all 6s and 7s here.
Right, if you're going anti-clockwise, yes, that way round, you are going under. Ross, where are you going?
Going under.
Right, right. Go. Start from where we are. Start from where we are. You're back with... Why am I back with my partner? Just turn to face the person like that, yeah? So...
Becky, let's just do it no matter what.
Anthony!
Just go for it, but people watching.
Yeah, but the idea is, Ross, that you get a pattern on the pole. Like, it's the whole point of a maypole, right?
Yeah, but it's not going to happen.
It is going to happen.
It's just you getting it wrong.
Carol's going to get tired. I'm back where I started. I don't know what your problem is.
Here we can see the traditional English longbow in use. You notice all the boys shooting with the classic 2 fingers that are used. And also, every man was expected to shoot every holy day. So that means Sundays, Christmas days, all the saints' days, you had to shoot a sheaf of arrows. And you notice also the traditional English targets here, a willow garland and a wand. And tradition said if you hit the wand, then all the men could go home. This made the people who hit the wand very popular. And as you can see, we've just hit the wand again, so we're quite happy to go home now. Has anybody any other questions about archery?
How would the archers identify their own arrows? Is there some distinctive marks on it? Or?
Yes, each archer would mark his arrows, usually with a little painted band on the fletch. Sometimes they would paint the feathers, and sometimes the actual shaft itself.
How many arrows would they take for a normal shoot?
You were legally obliged to carry 24. If you were going to war, you would carry another. You would have another sheaf provided, which is another 24. But you had to provide 24 by law. If our kind cousin would like to come and demonstrate his arm.
Right, what do I
You take this. That's right, in that hand. And you know, of course, the traditional 2 fingers.
do? Yes, yes. Who
Take
could
an arrow.
forget it? Right.
And then those 2 fingers around the bow, and then at your mark. Oh, fine shot, close to the wand.
They're quite powerful things, aren't they?
Yes.
Can I have another go?
These bows are not perhaps as powerful as the traditional bows. Most of the ones we shoot are about 40 to 60 pounds, which is about half the weight of the bow that you should be pulling.
Right. Is this what would have been used in medieval warfare?
These are very similar. These are a modern equivalent, if you like. We have got some exact copies of medieval bows.
Right.
These are traditionally made of yew, which you split a yew log into sections and then make it with a heartwood and a sapwood. So,
Right.
but these are close approximations. We can show you a yew longbow.
They're quite hard work, aren't they?
They are hard work.
Right. We need sort of people who can throw the ball very well. Now you see we're going to get down to business because I'm going to start taking my gown off. What you're going to have to do is avoid me hitting you with this ball. It doesn't hurt too much. And I'll be quite gentle. Right, now how am I going to get you? We like to have a sort of a little theme to the weekend, so people have a handle to put things on. And picnics and pastimes actually came from we'd like to have done hunting. But once you come into the realms of hunting, we need horses, hawks, dogs of the period, and that was impractical. So we took little aspects of things that you would do on a hunt, like you'd sit down on a cloth and eat your luncheon al fresco outside.
Chris, go to the kitchen, get some kitchen food, bring.
We did actually do away with the deer droppings and the rabbit droppings on the table. We thought that was a bit unhygienic.
Better than it's been.
No, I think we should exclude the veggies. We're going to exclude
Onto
the
our
flies.
plate. And the pastimes was to give a flavour of enjoyment, because the hunt was done for enjoyment. It wasn't just done for food. That was a byproduct. So we added in the games, the dance, the fishing, and things like that to still give it that feel of hunting. Because, as I say, some things are just too impractical to do.
It's not the 15th century, I think it's the people in this group. I think this group is special. They're doing something different. They do something new and exciting. Other societies don't do that. The people in this group are very much the leading edge of reenactment in this country. They're doing new and exciting things. Next year we'll do something exciting, and this weekend we've done a picnic. The previous weekend at Aden Castle we were a gentry family living in the castle. Nobody else is doing this sort of stuff. Other people are doing these things after we've done them. But this society is very much the cutting edge of the hobby in this country.
Yeah. Oh yes, I can smell the garlic.
Lunch done and dusted, it's back into the real business of the weekend, helping visitors get a flavour of medieval life.
This is the wheel that's sleeping. Do you usually prick your finger on? Do you usually prick the finger? You have to be very careful of that.
That's the spindle.
How do they work?
Oh, what happens is that I turn the big wheel, which turns this little wheel here, this card, which makes this go round and round. That's where she picks the finger and makes that go round and round, and it sends a twist all the way up this thread.
That's what you did.
Now when I've got a long thread, I wind it onto the bobbin, and then start again.
After a weekend like this, what's the biggest kick you get out of it?
Teaching the public about their past and destroying some of the misconceptions at the end of the day, if we converted one of those people to understand a little bit more about one aspect of their past, we'll feel happy.
Thank you very much indeed. What do we call you? Mistress Anne? Mistress Anne. Thank you very much, Mistress Anne. You're quite right. Welcome, Anne.
Well, night is falling. It's hats off. The public's gone. Time to relax. Let's find out what really makes them tick. It's party time.
I like a lot of the social aspects of, you know, how people would have lived, and it's hands-on things you can't learn from books, you know, problems with the fire, that the food won't cook on time, and things like that. You know, you have to experience them.
I mean, everyone's gone pubbing and clubbing, but not many who can say they've slept at a castle and wandered round at night.
Escapism, if you like. It's very, very good. It's enjoyable. People treat you for what you are, not the position you hold particularly.
Some people might say you're daft as a brush.
I don't mind. If they think I'm daft as a brush, let them get on with it.
Jeff, have you got any lemonade? But you've got children.
Yeah, we've just got orange.
It's mostly the people, I suppose, but I really like the castles for go doing things as well.
I'd have thought it would have been Spice Girls or Peter Andre or something.
No,
Why not?
don't like them. I like Backstreet Boys.
All right. Are they 15th century?
No.
What's a high level of class?
Hey, what about wrong with chocolate?
You like coming here, doing this sort of thing?
Yeah, it's so good.
Why?
Well, to get to stay up late, that's the best thing.
Do they come willingly to things like this?
Yes. We've never yet said we're going to an event where they've said, ooh, do we have to come?
What do your friends think about you coming here?
I don't think many of my friends know, actually, because I don't talk about it a lot.
You're a bit embarrassed by it?
No, it's just in school, I mean, we normally talk about football and things instead of things like this. Things that they talk about, I talk about, really.
Who won the FA Cup in 1495?
I don't know.
Richard side. It's a safe place to fool around with your friends, and there's always somebody to turn to.
I think our children will... Well, I can't imagine them ever wanting to stop doing it.
Ginger ale, Joyce?
Yes.
Nothing else in it?
Not yet.
There will be later, will there?
That's a bit more like, isn't it?
Stocked on firewater.
Keep you quiet all night.
That's a good healthy whack, that.
I'm waiting for the...
It's a rude question for a lady, I know, but can I ask how old you are?
You can ask.
Somebody once said that this is medieval England on a nice sunny day. You don't have any of the bad sides. There's no bad toiletry, there's no medicinal problems, and there's no bear baiting or any of that sort of thing. We're obsessed about having a good time.
Hey ho, the rattling bog, walk down in the valley, oh. Hey ho, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh.
And on that flea there was a microbe.
Well, it's just started to rain, 20th century rain, so I suppose that's a cue for me to return to my own time. Rather reluctantly, though. I rather enjoyed the 15th century. See you next time.
Hey ho, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Hey ho, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh.
And on that microbe there was an atom.
The microbe on the flea, and the flea on the feather, and the feather on the bird, and the bird on the egg, and the egg on the nest, and the nest on the leaf, and the leaf on the twig, and the twig on the branch, and the branch on the tree, and the tree, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Hey ho, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Hey ho, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh.
An aspiring writer grapples with a willful answering machine in Tales from the Dark Side, next.